Turn on some lights in here. There's one soul. I couldn't sleep, so I came down here to live stream. Oh, they disappeared. Bummer. 100. This chair is the most comfortable one. Or a rolling chair. Rolling chairs in Parkinson's don't go. Yeah, I bet you nobody shows up. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I could not sleep. I've been up since 3:30, somewhere around in there. Early morning stone pimp. Yeah, nobody's going to show up. Maybe somebody from New Zealand. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Shake, 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 shake. Shake your booty. If I may be so bold, I'd like to say something. Come and make me my day. The clouds around your soul don't gather there for nothing. I can chase them all away. Probably a bad idea to come on right now, but well, whatever. Gotta do some stretches. There's somebody. Well, howdy ho, neighbor. Couldn't sleep, so I'm up looking for live streamers. Damn dust. It's not a ghost, folks. I can see the dust particles floating in front of this light here. This is me, all natural. See if it stop that. Sometimes I stretch them out, I can stop it. We got out there this morning. I wonder if it's somebody from New Zealand or Australia, somewhere on the other side of the world, or maybe jolly old England. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. There's some Elvis for you. Yeah, I've been up for a while, guys. Cannot sleep. It is 5:07 in the a.m. in St. Louis, Missouri. Got my Rammstein shirt on. Rammstein, ein Mensch brennt. Look it up. Well, if you guys want to ask me some questions, because I don't really have a lot to say this morning, I'm slap happy. Sometimes I warm up my voice. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Another stupid shit. Why did I call this early morning stoned pimp? Because I feel stoned, although I'm not. You know, marijuana used to help with this, but now it doesn't. I didn't monetize this, so I can say marijuana. Best skateboard trick I can do. Let's see. Pretty good board slides on a rail. I did a handrail one time. It was a small handrail. Handrail 360 shove it. 360 nollie shove it actually. Dropping in was a crazy dropping in a vert ramp. I did that. That was insane. Like I did more like transition skating than flip tricks. My feet were always too slow. I don't know if it was the onset of Parkinson's, but flip tricks were always I was always too slow. So I rode one of the big boards a lot of times. See that Ray? It's a Ray Barbie reissue. You skate? What's your name? Ben. You skate, Ben? Did you skate? Funny, that's the first time I've been asked about skateboarding. You know, I'm going to be 50 in a couple weeks, so I decided between Parkinson's and being 50, I should give up skateboarding. I haven't skated in quite a while, but I still see those boards. I'm like, I want to push one more time, and I'm like, you know, if I break my leg and I'm in the hospital, then you know how it goes. Any more questions? Let's see. We got 4 people out there. Let's do some stretching. My shoulder right here gets really stiff. Right here. Sometimes I do like this stuff here. Pin my leg back, pin my arm back. Hopefully this is entertaining. I don't have a lot to say unless you guys give me some questions. Yeah, I could sing something. I already did Elvis. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Yeah, I do miss my skateboarding days. Good day from Australia. Loving the exercise. Yeah, I've been up for about a couple hours. Let's see. What else can I do? Some squats. Something like this. I got my MDS appointment next week. So wish me luck. See if I can do some stretching. Oh, ugly feet. Maybe not from that angle. Carol, what time is it in Australia? By the way, big fan of Steve Irwin, and I know they'd probably get tired of the Crocodile Hunter, but he's still alive in our house. Crikey. Now that's a Sheila. That's a terrible Australian accent. Yeah. Oh, I usually get about 8. This morning, just in bed, dystonia in my hips. 8:12 p.m. Wow. Yeah, my turnover's getting kind of bad now. Oh, you know that Duopa shit scares the hell out of me. I heard some. First of all, Cinemat. Let me get a rolling chair. Get back on it. Then I can stretch out. Duopa. I mean, I don't like needles. No to needles. The injection site. I heard that. I couldn't do that. Besides, Cinemet has I have such a strong reaction to it, such dyskinesia, even on a small dose. I'm afraid if I got it pumped into my stomach, it would be all pumped into my veins, I should say. I don't know. Duopa is the one that gets that goes straight to the stomach. Violev is the intravenous one. Yeah, I can't do needles. No to the needles. So you get a different crowd when I'm here in the morning, early morning, early morning stone pimp. God, I wish I was stoned. That'd be so much more fun than this. Yeah, so no to the needles, Carol. My wife, my wife agrees with me. She says just a half pill cinnamon can give me dyskinesia. So I mean, if I had it pumped into my system all the time, I think I would really not be having a good time. My son's got to get up in a half hour to get to school, and I'm gonna make my decaf coffee. Regular coffee gives me the shakes. Oh, it's so much fun having Parkinson's. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. I'll try counting to. Fair enough. I was just wondering about your thoughts. I appreciate your honesty on these. Yeah, I mean, they always build this stuff as like, oh, it's the thing. It's almost a cure. It'll fix your problems, and then for some people it's a miracle, and other people, I've yet to hear one person that has tried the Violev or the Duopa that's really been satisfied with it. I mean, let's face it, sticking a needle in your stomach every morning, I couldn't do that shit. Sorry if I'm a little loose with my profanity. My brain isn't filtering out my cuss words. I'm going to count to 10 in Spanish, Italian, and German. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Now German. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, neun, 10. Italian. Uno, due, tre, quattro, cinque, sei, sette, otto, nove, dieci. My mind is sharp. It's just getting it out of my mouth that is the problem. But my wife would disagree. She thinks I talk way too much. You're all good. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like I don't show my natural self enough on the channel, but to speak and speak clearly and be animated, I really need Cinemet. That's the only reason I take the shit. That and the trimmer, and making my speech clear up. Otherwise, I would probably not even take Cinemet. I'm not a doctor. I am not a doctor. El doctor. Let me try to count. It's 10 in English. No. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing with Parkinson's when I'm off is fatigue. I mean, other than the tremor. The longer I'm up, and the more I start talking, the more tired I get. But and I'm also freaking hungry too because I've ate. It's 8 o'clock last night. Any more questions? Oh. I think Jennifer, I talked to her yesterday. She said she was getting ready to do a video. So, yeah, we text and chat pretty much at least every day or every other day. Yeah, I'm trying to get a collaboration with Esther, Shaking in My Boots, too. She wrote like a pretty good blog on Substack I want to talk about Parkinson's and socializing, and how people don't realize just how exhausting it is for us to just sit and have a conversation. I mean, sometimes, like right now, Yeah, she's just been really busy with some other stuff, but yeah, she's all good. Carol, have you? I almost hesitate to ask, but have you checked out any of my podcasts or anybody on here? Has anybody listened to You Said Wha or my Homeschoolers from Hell podcast? I've been podcasting since before anybody really knew what it was. My dream was to be a radio guy. You get up and stretch a little bit. Long chairs. My wife's gonna get up and she's gonna be like, "Did you do a live stream?" Because it'll show up on our YouTube TV. Does anybody do this to hide their tremor? Sometimes I walk around like this. My hands behind my back. Oh, that's so sweet. I didn't even know that. You just never know who's out there. I'm gonna put on these other glasses. These ones are kind of dark tint. I'll give you a shout out on our next episode of You Said Wha. So let me ask you this. I'm assuming you listened to my album. What was your favorite track? Favorite song? And have you ever heard me sing? I've been called the songbird of my generation. Yeah, but this is what I sometimes do. I'm in the store, hide my trimmer. I used to wear a trench coat, but now I don't because I don't want to look like I'm on drugs. And I have a shotgun stored in my suitcase, or my suitcase in my coat. Thanks to all the freaking gun nuts in America. Dawn. Yeah, that Dawn was the kind of the second track I wrote. First one was Evening with Friends, and I thought this belongs in something better. And then I had a couple of tracks I recorded a couple of years ago, or actually one like 10 years ago. The Grandpa track I recorded 10 years ago. Just got it out and kind of repurposed it. Been working on some new music. I got a song coming out called, it's already recorded, called I'm Still Mad. And it's an angry song. And it's some of my best vocal work, I feel. It's weird because when I was doing the vocal work, I was getting disconnected and I actually knocked some of my toys off the shelf on like, you can't see me, but there's toys up there. I would play you a clip now, but I don't think it would be all garbly on the thing here. Yeah, that Dawn, the sound effect of the crickets was actually on my deck. Oh yeah, my long hair Jesus phase. Yeah, those were the days. Actually, I started losing my hair when I was like 19. Just it started falling out right around here, and then I started combing it different, and then it started to fall out all along on the top. I wore a hat for like 10 years. And then I finally just shaved it all off one day because it was like I didn't want to look like George Costanza. And I came to work and everybody's like, "You're bald." I don't miss the work. I miss the people, as I've always said. I work at a warehouse. I miss being a teamster. Miss being all surly and lazy, as to quote Homer Simpson. No, just kidding. But No, my wife said we looked like pirates when we left work. Like she picked me up like the few times she had to pick me up, and I do miss joking around with my friends. That's why it's kind of fun to go back and listen to my old podcasts on my work stories. But actually, it's given me a lot more time to spend with my son, who gets up in now 20 minutes. Actually, I'll have to go get him up. Yeah, 19. Yeah, yeah. I remember I had my sister combing my hair and putting it in a ponytail. I said, I'm lucky I have such thick hair. And she kind of paused and I was like, oh. She goes, well, you don't have thick hair, you have thick strands. I was like, basically, she said I was a balding horsehair. So, yeah, but if I had to do all over again, I would have had long hair because inevitably it all falls out. And I mean, even all rock stars. I mean, pretty much if you have hair after the age of 50, you're probably wearing a wig or something. So, like, unless there's just a few that were, oh yeah, Irish. Yeah, well, obviously my last name is McDonald. McDonald. I actually met a Scottish lady at the park the other day, and I said I thought she was Irish, and she goes, "Oh, actually, I'm Scottish, dear." And I sound like Mrs. Doubtfire. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she's like, "No, we're all part of we're friends. We're part of the same clan." That's a terrible Irish accent. Yeah, Liam Harrison McDonald. That's a very Irish name. Irish, a little English with Harrison. Liam for Liam Gallagher, the singer of Oasis, and Liam Neeson. Harrison for Harrison Ford because I love Star Wars, and George Harrison, huge Beatle fan. Huge Beatle fan. It's funny growing up in a Christian house. I was only allowed to listen to early Beatles, and they found out I was listening to like Rubber Soul and Revolver, and they're like, "We don't know about that." Yeah, yeah. Um, I would love. I wish I was healthy enough to go visit the motherland, as they call it, the Green Isle. I'll stop that accent, but three places would love to go: England, Ireland, Germany. Because basically, I'm a kraut mix, as I say in The Godfather. Irish, German, a little French, but not too much. Not too much French. Sorry to all the French people out there. Oh, you're German and Irish too? Cool, cool. Should I say Guten Morgen, Guten Tag, Guten Abend, Guten Nacht, Guten Nacht. Sometimes I drive my wife crazy because sometimes I can't think of the word in English, but I can think of it in German or Spanish. Not that I'm fluent in either one, but she'll be like, "Oh, am I supposed to know what that means?" I'm like, "Sure." Any other questions? I've got a few minutes here before I got to go run up and make my coffee. Oh, there's different numbers in Irish. What's that? Gaelic. I have to look that up too. Sometimes when I walk, I'll count my steps in the different languages. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, six, sieben, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. See, I learned Spanish. I taught myself Spanish. I'm way better at Spanish than I am at German because I work with a lot of Latin guys. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a huge World War II buff, so I would like to visit, not just because of that, but see the parts where the parts of London where the Blitz hit, and then of course Germany. I don't think I'd like to go to the concentration camps. So a lot of those are in Poland. I don't think I'd like to do that because I think it'd just be too traumatic. But I wish I was healthy enough. Now it's just a trick to go to the grocery store. Actually went to visit Jennifer Sullivan in California. That was my last trip on a plane. Probably will be literally my last trip on a plane. But It was worth it. She's such a sweetheart. I'm sure everybody here is familiar with Jennifer Sullivan, The Wiggles Project. I find when I sit in one spot, it's harder to. I got to stay moving. For some reason, this exercise really helps here. Sometimes I just lay flat on the ground like this, stretch my arms out. Yeah, if you would have told me when I was 19 that I was going to go bald by 36 and have Parkinson's, I would have said, fuck you. Sorry, the same amount of times I can say that. Yeah. All right, I'm going to stay on for 5 more minutes, guys. And ladies and dudes, as I always say, and then I've got to go up and make my coffee and a bagel. And see you, Carol. Nice to talk to you. I'll try to do this again sometime in the early morning. You guys keep me company. Make me feel special. Super. Super, guys. Super. You know what really annoys me? My jaw tremor. Peace and love, Carol. Yeah, even if I can hide my arm tremor. Somebody's looking at me trying to talk, and they're like, who's this mumbling bastard? And they see my lip trembling. Tremor and clear speech. If after that, I would not take Cinnamon. Dyskinesia's gotten really uncomfortable. In fact, when I podcast, I have to get a special chair because I break the rolling ones. I roll all over the place into the wood ones. I break and rattle out. I think I'm gonna go back to bed after I get my son to school. Just woke up with really bad cramps in my legs, and I was just bragging to my buddy Mike in South Jersey. I don't have any trouble sleeping. Then, of course, I wake up with dystonia in my hips. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, I have to go. I'll get my dog up first. She'll go running and wake up my son, and then, yeah. All right, guys, I got to get going. Nice of you to stop by, even if I wasn't able to talk to all of you. Should be making a video later this week. See ya.